Pirzada, he is very senior anchor in 92, and Maria Memon from ARY. His Royal Highness, if you would like to start with an opening remark, please.
Thank you very much, and thank you, dear colleagues from Pakistan. It's a great pleasure to be having the opportunity to talk to you today on the occasion of the very, very important visit of His Excellency the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, which is for us an extremely important visit in the history of this brotherly relationship, a relationship that has spanned over 70 years and has been critically important to both our countries, and has really grown over the years to be a partnership and a truly brotherly relationship. We have a large Pakistani community in the kingdom of 2 million residents who have contributed greatly to the development of the nation, and we have worked together as governments on many important files, and we continue to cooperate very, very strongly, both on issues of bilateral concern, but also of concern to the greater Muslim Ummah and to the planet in general. We have had an excellent visit by the Prime Minister. Many subjects have been covered. We had a very strong focus on economic cooperation, on strengthening the flow of investments in both directions, and on facilitating a greater cooperation and greater trade between the two nations as well. I'm happy to be talking to you, and I don't want to take too much time, and I'll let you ask the questions.
Thank you, Your Highness. This is Moeed Pirzada. I and my co-host Maria Memon are privileged and honored to present you to the people of Pakistan and to our viewers all across the world. And we are grateful to you for finding time for our viewers at a moment when you are so busy. We understand, as you mentioned, that the Prime Minister of Pakistan, the Foreign Minister, the Army Chief and Cabinet members are in Saudi Arabia. They have met yourself, they have met the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and the key Saudi officials. So can you tell our viewers the significance of the agreements that have been signed, especially the long delayed Supreme Coordination Council? What is the significance of this moment?
Thank you. And absolutely, the agreement that was signed about the Supreme Council is extremely important. It's important because, as I mentioned in my short introduction, we have a very, very strong bond as brothers. But we have not exploited all the opportunities that exist in this relationship. And this council will institutionalize the relationship and will ensure that at all levels of government, in an intergovernmental process, we work towards exploring and exploiting all the opportunities that exist to support and to nurture the relationship, whether that's in political and security cooperation, but most importantly in economic cooperation. We in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia feel very strongly that we have not really explored completely the potential for economic cooperation between Pakistan and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and this is why this committee is extremely important, and we are looking forward to activating it immediately and working towards really tangible results from its proceedings.
All right, so there are some rumors that probably there will be a reciprocal visit, not if anytime soon, probably in a couple of months or by the end of this year. Is there any chance that the Royal Highness will come to Pakistan along with his delegation? The last visit we saw was in 2019. Anything new on the cards?
His Royal Highness remembers his visit very, very fondly. It's one of his favorite visits that he's had, and he looks forward to coming back to Pakistan in the very near future. Of course, that remains to be coordinated, but we hope either this year or next year that we will be able to arrange a visit for His Royal Highness. In the meantime, we will make sure that at the ministerial level there are frequent visits from both our side, but also the Pakistani side, to make sure we maintain the momentum that has been built through this visit by the Prime Minister, and that momentum keeps continuing until we have another bilateral leadership level visit.
All right.
Your Highness, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, whom you have met, is very eager that Muslim countries, especially with Saudi Arabia, should join hands under the platform of OIC to raise the issue of Islamophobia with the key Western countries and to impress upon them the hurt which is caused when insults are hurled on the Prophet Muhammad, the peace be upon him. What can you tell us about this possibility using the OIC platform?
I believe the OIC is an important organ. It's the second largest multilateral organ in the world. And of course, we need to use that platform to address all issues of intolerance, not least, of course, Islamophobia. Islamophobia is a very, very dangerous trend, a very dangerous phenomena, as is all discrimination against beliefs and systems. And, we have this concern, and we share Pakistan, and I think almost all the world's concern that in some cases speech can go too far, and it can really be hurtful and harmful and damaging, not just to people's feelings, but really can lead to instability. Therefore, there must be a dialogue among all of us in the global community about how we address that and how we address really the escalating tone of, I think, disrespect for religion in general. And of course, Islam is very much a target of that as well, and we as Muslim nations need to band together to address that concern. And I think we're very, very proud that Pakistan is taking that to heart, and we are working closely with our brothers in Pakistan to address this concern.
So I have a follow-up question from the last visit of Royal Highness Mohammed bin Salman. So the last time you were here, there was an order of releasing 2,000 prisoners, Pakistani prisoners from Saudi jail. Correct me if I'm wrong, the figure that I have right now is that 563 of them have been released. So could we know what is the timeline when all of them will be released, and can you expedite the process so that they can come home?
I don't, to be honest, I don't have the numbers. I will certainly, now that you've raised it, check on that. I'm sure that we have released everybody who is entitled to release, and if there's some others that are potentially up for release, I think it's a matter of processing, and the necessary agencies will do their best to make sure that it's processed as soon as possible.
Your Highness, we welcome the great initiative of the Green Middle East and Green Saudi Arabia, which has been taken by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman 1 month ago. But you must have also heard that Pakistani government, especially the Prime Minister of Pakistan, has been working on a billion tree tsunami and a clean and green Pakistan initiative for the past several years from 2013. How can Pakistan and Saudi Arabia join hands and cooperate in your new initiative of Green Middle East and Green Saudi Arabia?
You're right. We have announced this initiative, which is our contribution to addressing the global climate change really crisis and helping to improve the planet and its environment. But Pakistan has also had, as you mentioned, a leading role in that agenda, and has this plan for 1 billion trees, which is incredibly impressive. And I know Pakistan has already made some very impressive progress on that, and you've already planted several 100 million trees, as I understand, and this is something that's very impressive. And I'm sure we will work together to align both of those initiatives and to learn from each other, and to, I think, to benefit from each other's experience on that. And, global climate change is a challenge for us all, and we have to work together, and we have to band together. And the strong bilateral relationship that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Pakistan has means that we can partner on issues like this, which are very complex, which are of a global, not just bilateral, but really a global impact. And that's the kind of relationship we are working towards increasing.
So another one of these follow-up questions, I was just reading up on all the memorandum of understandings being signed together. It means that there is a lot of room for more joint ventures. It means a lot of more Pakistani labor would be probably, you're going to engage us at that level also. So just wanted to know, there are a lot of joint ventures like agriculture, technology, commerce, finance. How are you, your government, going to facilitate in, the policy of ease of visas, the working conditions over there of the labor class? A lot of Pakistanis have done a lot of hard work in building up the modern Saudi Arabia.
Absolutely. As I mentioned earlier, a real focus of this visit and a real focus of the discussion between the two leaders is the economic relationship and a focus on building a much stronger investment climate between the two nations, both to facilitate Saudi investment in Pakistan, but also to facilitate Pakistani investment in the kingdom, as well as, of course, the contribution of Pakistani labor within the kingdom's workforce. We have recently undergone some significant labor reforms which have improved to a great extent the flexibility of third country labor within the Saudi labor marketplace, where they are much more free to transfer their work from one employer to other, and all of this really facilitates a much stronger contribution for Pakistanis employed in the kingdom to find prosperity within the kingdom, and at the same time contribute to the kingdom's prosperity and growth. You know, we have a very ambitious plan, Vision 2030. Under that plan, we expect to grow significantly the employment base of the kingdom. That means, of course, there will be significant opportunities for additional employment for Pakistani nationals. Beyond that, we also hope that Pakistani businesses will continue to increase their investment in the kingdom because there are some very successful, very innovative Pakistani entrepreneurs who I think will find excellent and exciting opportunities in the kingdom, as well as working towards increasing the level of Saudi investment in Pakistan. You know, historically, the relationship has been a very strong political one and a very strong government-to-government one. Our focus and the mandate we have from both leaders is to make sure that we are facilitating also the business-to-business relationship, and that Saudi businesses are really understanding of the great opportunities that they have within Pakistan and the potential for success and the support that they're going to receive from the Pakistani government. And as I said, we are also going to do the same for Pakistani businesses, hoping to give them the opportunities to grow and invest in the kingdom. So it's really a focus on a win-win relationship in the economic realm, because we believe that that is really the core basis for any strong relation, and that perhaps in the past decades, because of how close we are historically, we have maybe not given enough attention to pushing the economic potential that exists in this relationship. And that's the mandate that we heard from His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and from the Prime Minister, to make sure that we as ministers in all of the cabinet agencies are working hard to facilitate, as I said, in both directions, investment, labor flow, and beyond.
I would request both of them if you can have one question because of His Royal Highness.
Sure.
Very tight.
Thank you, Your Highness. The joint communique which we have seen also mentions Afghanistan and mentions that Saudi Arabia can help Pakistan in its dialogue with India. We have difficult situation both in East and West. Saudi Arabia has in recent years developed good relationship with India as well. How can you help us in both areas, Afghanistan and India?
I think Afghanistan is critically important, not just to the security of Pakistan and its neighborhood, but also to our security and global security. And Pakistan has a very important role to play in helping secure the future of Afghanistan. And we will, of course, work closely with our colleagues and with the international community to make sure that we are able to help Afghanistan find its footing, get to stability, get to prosperity, and I look forward to working with my counterpart on that in detail. On the relationship with India, I really want to commend what has been achieved recently of a calming of tensions and a ceasefire. This is an excellent step in the right direction, and we will only work to encourage that process and to make sure that tensions continue to be reduced between both nations. As you mentioned, we have a growing good relationship with India. We hope we can help everybody to work towards a reduction in tension. I think from our perspective, the focus on building prosperity for the people of one's nation should be the key emphasis of all policy. And I think Pakistan has that priority. I think Pakistan and the leadership in Pakistan, what we heard from Imran Khan is that there's really a very keen focus to make sure that stability and security in the region is secured, because that will deliver the stability that is needed to grow the country's economy. And I think that is exactly what should be done, and we will of course offer any support we can to make that happen.
My final question would be, what are the areas that you guys have identified where Pakistan and Saudi Arabia can work in synergy, especially in the context of this regional peace that we all have this dream of achieving someday? What are those areas that you have identified?
I mean, there are too many to list. I have to say that we have found, we agree on almost everything, if not everything, and we have a very, very similar worldview, whether it's regional security, whether it's global, a focus on global prosperity, and we have agreed that we will work not just at the high level, through the Commission, but also to increase engagement at the working level, so at working officials level, at senior official level, to make sure that we are aligning in all areas. It's really exciting. I can't tell you how excited I am about the potential for building the relationship going forward.
Thank you very much, Your Highness. Thank you very much, Dr. Pirzada. Sister Maria, if you would like to have any closing remarks, Your Highness.
Yeah, definitely. Your Highness, we are both very grateful, and Maria will add her comments, for giving us the opportunity for viewers which are in Pakistan and across the world. And we would like you to visit Pakistan, and we would like us to sit with you for a face-to-face discussion as well. Thank you, Your Highness, so much.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you. Very much enjoyed the conversation. I will visit, I hope, soon. And when I do, I promise we will sit down for more time than we've had today. Thank you for the interview. Thank you for your time. And I hope to see you in person soon.
You're welcome.
شكرا جزيلا.
We have just, you have just seen our interaction with His Highness Prince Faisal Bin Farhan Al Saud, the Foreign Minister of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. He has been responding to the questions at a time when Prime Minister and Foreign Minister and Military Chief and Cabinet Ministers of Pakistan are in Saudi Arabia. Important MOUs have been signed, especially the long-stuck Supreme Coordination Council agreement.